Welcome back to Ali Bros EduSoft, and we are dealing with the second chapter of Economics Part Second, and it is about a collection of data. In the previous sessions, we discussed the different methods of collection of data, such as census method, sampling method, etc. And also we discussed about the erasure of sampling. Error of sampling means when instead of collecting data from the whole population, overall population, we collect information from some selected groups or some selected people and decide on the basis of the information collected from them. There may be chance of errors. This is because we conclude that what is the opinion of the sample will be the overall opinion of the population. An opinion given by the sample will reflect the overall opinion of the population, but it may not be correct. Sometimes, if the selected sample is not a normal one or have some extremities, low or high extremities, in such a case, it will reflect the high extreme or low extreme opinion, and it will not reflect the normal opinion. Sampling may be of different types, random sampling and non-random sampling. In case of random sampling, we will select some people randomly, means without any study or without giving any priority. Just picking some samples from here and there. For example, if we want to study the standard of brilliance in a subject from some students, and for example, there exist 6 benches and 5 people in each bench. That means there exist 30 people. Overall, 30 people are there. 6 benches are there. 5 people are sitting each bench. So 30 students are there. You want to ask them, or you want to know their brilliance regarding a particular subject, their scholarity regarding a particular subject. In such a case, you just pick one person from the front bench and ask a question. Similarly, you ask a question from the back bench from somebody else. That means without having any plan, without studying the behavior of these persons, we took 2 samples from the class. Sometimes the first person may be the most brilliant person in that class, and the second person is also in the same character. The sample collected from these persons and the decision that we taken on the basis of this, since these 2 persons are most brilliant one, we collect a sample from the first bench and the last bench, but both of these persons have almost equally the same brilliance. They are the top scorers in the class, but without studying this, we selected the samples and asked the questions, and they answered correctly. We arrived at a decision that all the people, all the students in this class are so brilliant. They can answer any question. We arrived at a conclusion. Definitely, this may be a wrong decision because there existed some other people who may score 0 in their subjects. But while taking the sample, we didn't consider them. Without providing study, without conducting much study or much diligence, we selected some samples, and as a coincidence, these two persons are brilliant. Similarly, if we selected some other two persons, as a coincidence, these two persons are poor in their studies, then definitely we may arrive at a conclusion that all the students in their class may be poor students. They may be poor in studies. So these kind of errors that may take place at the time of making random sampling. Instead of conducting this random sampling, we can make a non-random sampling. Non-random means we are not picking persons on random base from here and there. We conduct some study regarding their attitude, behavior, etc. We studied that. After entering the class, we studied the overall behavior of the people there. And from a study, we arrived at a conclusion that the first and the second bench students are studying brilliantly. The last and the next last are very poor in their studies. And the middle benches, they study on an average basis. We collected this information by making a simple study of the behavior, regarding the behavior of the people. On the basis of this study, if you collect one person from the first bench, he may provide the extreme brilliance, and one person from the last bench who may perform very poor, and another one from the middle bench who performs on an average basis. We collected information from these three and arrived or calculated average through any of the statistical techniques. There are so many statistical techniques to find the averages, such as mean, median, and mode. We applied any of these tools or techniques and found out their brilliance, average brilliance. Here also we took samples from first bench, last bench, and middle bench, and we arrived at a conclusion on the basis of the statistical study. And this may reflect some more accuracy than that of a random sampling. Say non-random sampling may be more perfect than random sampling, but it requires some more study or analysis also. In the case of random sampling, we are not making any study, any behavioral study or anything else. We just take samples and analyze such samples. And in the case of non-random sampling, we, after making some study regarding the overall behavior of the students in the class, then only we are selecting the samples on the basis of their behavior and to make the study more accurate one. Both the types of study, random and non-random, are of different nature, different in character, but they provide different types of output as far as accuracy is concerned. Now, we are dealing with the non-sampling errors. Even after doing this non-sampling system, that means we are conducting the complete enumeration method. Complete population is considered for study. We collected information from all the persons in the group. For example, in our example, there are just 30 students in our class, sitting in 6 benches, 5 each, and we collected information from each and every student individually. We collected information from them individually, and on the basis of that, on the basis of this collected information, we conducted a study. Even after finding information from each and every person and analyzing such information, then arrive at a conclusion, we cannot say that such a conclusion may be correct, because there is also the chances of errors. What are the types of errors that may take place at the time of the non-sampling errors? That may be of different types. One is sampling bias. Sampling bias means when we ask questions and collect information from a particular person, the same questions may not be asked to all the persons, all the members of that group. Sometimes we may rearrange the questions as the chronological order may be different, and because of that, the answers may also be different. There may be different answer when the chronological order is not maintaining. Similarly, sometimes when large population is considered, in the case of 60%, in the case of 30 persons sitting in the class, possibly there will be no error. That means we will consult each and everyone individually and collect information. And if this is 1,000 people or 1 lakh people, and we are collecting information directly from them, from every person, sometimes there is a chance of escaping somebody from the survey. We non-deliberately avoided somebody else. We missed somebody else from asking questions. And in such case, their opinions are not considering for the purpose of study. This kind of avoiding somebody else, actually it is a non-deliberate error. As we are not considering some people in the conduct of the study, the information that we collected will not be a complete one, because some valuable information are escaped from our study, from survey. Just because of this reason, there is a chance of error in the statistical analysis, which may ultimately affect the final decision that we may consider from the analyzed data. This may happen in a different way. The sampling bias may happen in a different way. If somebody provide information in a biased way, that means they are not providing actual information. Instead of providing actual information, real information, they provide some wrong information deliberately. In such a case, if you collected such a wrong information and analyzed this information, then the whole work will become there is no chance of accuracy in the research. This is another reason or another cause of non-sampling error. Actually, we didn't took samples from the people. We considered the whole population. All the members are considered and collect information, but somebody provided some biased information. So, information collected will not be useful for decision making just because of these elements, this biased elements. This may make the entire statistical study lead to a wrong position. Another one is non-responsive error. Non-responsive error means usually questionnaires are prepared to collect information. Some questions are prepared and a list of these questions will be provided in a printed format to the concerned people. When this is given to them, the first question, they read the first question. 4 answers are there, 4 options are there. They can select any one of the options, but somebody not selecting any one of these. They are not responding. First 5 or 3 questions they are not responding. Another 2 questions they are responding. Then another 2 not responding. In this way, if they are not responding properly to the questions, then how is it possible to get complete information? So the information collected will not be a complete one, and it is not considered as a valuable information for processing, because without a proper information, it will not be able to process the information and arrive at a decision. Because of several reasons. The reason may be sometimes the person who read the question is not understanding the question. While reading the question, he is not understanding what is mentioned there. Without understanding the question, how can he answer? Not possible. So he leave that question. He is not recording the answer to that question and jumps to the next one. In this way, if they are not, just because of the reason that they are not understanding the question and skipping the question, there exists some problem in the preparation of questionnaire. That is why it is said that at the time of preparing the questionnaire, make it so simple, so as to understandable to everyone easily. Only then they can understand the meaning of the question and provide the exact answer. Otherwise, they will be confused of the question, and sometimes they may provide a wrong answer. Without properly understanding the question, sometimes they selected the wrong option, or sometimes they may skip the question without selecting any option. So the language used in the preparation of questionnaire should be so simple. The questions should be easily understandable, and the answers, that means options given to a question, should be one so as to arrive at a perfect answer. Select a perfect answer. Such options should be given. Confusing options should be avoided. So preparation of questionnaire is very much important, and if it is provided some perfection in the preparation of questionnaire, then this kind of error, non-response error, can be avoided. Another thing is that error in data acquisition. Error in data acquisition also may take place in the process of non-sampling error. At the time of acquisition of information, the full information provided by the concerned people must be properly collected. We can collect the information through the questionnaire method also, or interview method, telephonic interview or personal interview, such can be considered there. If you are providing questionnaire, some options will be there as answer, and the people will select such answer. Then it will be easy to analyze the similar answers, compare the similar answers. We can compare the majority of such answers and arrive at a decision. But if it is an interview method, firstly one person is interviewed and he provided numerous information. So you have to note down all these and then classify and tabulate these information. Then we are approaching another person. He is also giving an interview to us by providing numerous information. Here also we have to record these information properly and analyze them. So it is required to analyze each and every interview, every such information separately, and we have to find what are the common points, what are the contradictory points, and what are the objections. So we have to prepare a list of these things, common points. Suppose we interviewed 5 persons, and all the details provided them were recorded properly from beginning to the end. We analyzed each interview separately. Then we have to prepare a table regarding this. What are the similar questions asked to these 5 people? Actually, we interviewed 5 people. We asked some questions, same questions to these 5 people. What are their answer to or reaction to, response to these questions? Is the answers, whether the answers are same or not, or how many people answer in the same manner? How many of them contradicts? What are their objections? This should be properly tabulated separately. When this is 5 people, there is not much difficulty in doing that. But when the number increases, when it is 5,000, then what you will do? It is not possible to collect and analyze each and every information individually because of the bulkiness of the data. Since the data is large, it will be very difficult to make an individual analysis. So, it is better to provide a questionnaires when the number of people or number of population is large. In such a case, almost all questions asked to these persons are same. The options are also given to these questions and the answers will be easily comparable. Because of this advantage, it will be better to provide a questionnaires instead of conducting interviews, direct interview or telephone interview, whatever it may be. So there may be, even though there may be the chances of errors. So these are the different kinds of errors that may take place at the time of non-sampling. The type of errors include a sampling bias, that means there may be skipping of some people from the process of collecting data or providing information deliberately or non-deliberately in a wrong way. That may be considered as sampling bias. Another is non-response errors, means some of the people are not responding to the questions properly. Another is errors in data acquisition. When we acquire data, there may happen some errors. So this is a topic regarding non-sampling errors. In case of any doubts regarding this topic, contact through the email. Thank you.